I remember working in a movie theater, seeing Kevin Hart smash records with his in-theater stand-up sets, starting a whole new genre of the theater experience. If most people have 15 minutes of fame, it's clear Kevin Hart is still riding his 72 hours of fame. Released on July 24th, 2026, directed by Tim Story with... written by John Hurwitz and Hayden Christensen or Schlossberg, I don't know. I guess Mannequin Skywalker is one of the writers with an ampersand, and written by Kevin Burrows and Matt Miter with another ampersand. Well, there's just a shit ton of producers, so I'm not even getting down to it's starring mostly Kevin Hart and Marcelo Hernandez, and it has a 2.5 on Letterboxd. I'm here with Brad representing Team Florida, Milan representing Team Texas, and I'm here representing Team Illinois. What do y'all think of this new Netflix comedy?
I was disappointed because I definitely was kind of going into it, I think, hoping and expecting not necessarily something different, but something more, something better that didn't feel so, what's the word I'm looking for? Rewashed?
Seen before?
Yeah. Like everything just kind of felt like it was rewashed and rewrapped and represented as if we wouldn't catch on to the fact that it wasn't new.
Yeah.
But that was like the entire film. I mean, it's okay when it's like pieces of it, but the entire film felt that way. So while I did laugh at parts because, I mean, they're both amazing comedians, like I still left just being like, man, I wish I got more out of it. I was expecting, I think, more out of this film.
Yeah. Had you seen the trailer before watching it?
Yes.
Because it's an interesting thing. My experience seems to be the opposite of yours, as in, I didn't see the trailer. I heard that, I think somebody said it sounded like a Hangover. And then having seen Central Intelligence always comes front of mind with Kevin Hart films. Kind of like, oh, you and Dwayne Johnson really filmed that one and really missing with a lot of at least that was my experience. So I came in with lower expectations. I was like, oh, they did something. They had they used that standard repeated thing and they did it. Yay. I'm not sad inside. So it's like we both got exactly the same film. It's just our expectations change our reaction to it. I was like, oh, well, I'm going to laugh at Marcelo Hernandez, but this is probably going to be pretty bad. Brad, where do you land on that spectrum?
I mean, with any comedy star driven movie or such and such turned actor movies, John Cena included, Kevin Hart would be another good example.
Dwayne Johnson, Dave Bautista.
Dwayne Johnson, Bautista, sure, all those guys. When they are starring in a movie, my expectation is really, really low. So that way I can be pleasantly surprised when I get there.
You put that on Bautista?
Yeah.
Cena, I get. He'll throw out a whiff every once in a while.
Yeah, Jason Momoa, same thing. Like, if they're starring in a movie, my expectations are pretty low. And I'm just like, all right, let's put it low so that way I can be pleasantly surprised and laugh my way through this.
I just see you sitting down to Blade Runner 2049 or Dune. It's like Bautista's in it.
Yep. Well, he's not starring. He's a main character, but not starring.
Sure.
So when we sat down and watched this movie, it was funny. And then as soon as I saw Freshman or Cam Patterson, fellow Orlandoan, I was excited because I think he's hilarious. I think his style of comedy and humor kind of pairs well with mine, especially when he do his stand-ups and he got real famous from Kill Tony, and then now he's on SNL and does all this. So his funny is my funny, which is great. Kevin Hart is Kevin Hart. Marcelo Hernandez, hilariously funny. Yeah. I think he's super funny when he plays a character like this, and he does it really well on SNL as well. When he plays characters like this, it rolls. But yes, it's the same things we've seen before, same comedy tropes. Same kidnapping, same. It just follows the same plot line. From? Because it's a comedy movie. There has to be drug dealers. It was Miami too.
But it felt, and I hope they were aware of this. It felt so forced, but almost to a degree where I'm like, I don't mind it because it seems almost intentional. Like, you're in our mansion, and then you pretended to be a cop. I know Antonio Banderas isn't in this film, but I'm not going to real accent into the film.
And then you went into the closet with
And
a
then you
really
did our
tiny label.
cocaine.
Yeah, you stole our clothes. Like, okay, like this is.
And you had a totally American accent the whole time we made you bump Coca-Cola. But then you had a Spanish accent that sounds barely better than the one I'm doing right now. You must be a drug kingpin.
So just dumb. Lot of dumb. Just if you go into it just wanting to laugh and you're just like, all right, brains off. Let's sit through 105 minutes of this. I think you'll have a good time. If you go in with any expectation at all, you'll not have a good time.
I have to put a link in the description of this, but the only other thing I knew about it was just a little clip with Marcelo and Kevin Hart. And they asked, like, what's it like working with Kevin Hart? And he does like a 2-minute monologue impersonating Kevin. He doesn't even put on an accent. He's just, his mannerisms felt so perfectly Kevin Hart. And I'm not even going to try to represent it. Just go to the link below at the end. It is comedy gold. I love it. All right. So we'll go into our 420 reviews. As everybody knows, this is the scientifically dopest poem in history. Oh, fuck you. He used to review the movie. It goes 4 words at a time until it gets a dope 20. And Milan, do you want to start us off? Get the
Something old. Something new. Hold up, little man. I'm bigger than you. Cocaine brings him out. Love wins him over.
Nice. Brad?
Lacks heart in presentation. Pays for alcoholic trip. Switches to Tony Montana. Like father, like son. Can Kevin Hart whisper? Serious question. I'm not sure he can.
Yeah, I know exactly the scene you're talking about, too. Familiar bones, better laughs. There's random drug dealers. And Anna from Dropout. Let's get it twisted and learn from everyone. And finally, I'm going to find her full name so I can shout her out. But the other part we do before getting into spoilers is our dope rating. Just going S tier to F tier, and then with a 1 wild card, starting with ayahuasca, mushroom, edible, joint, skunky, and Molly. When it's not a good time, but it's a great time. But it's not a good time. Milan, where'd you land?
I'm going to give this a joint. I mean, I did get some good laughs out of it. It was funny. You know, the comedians are great. I just really felt like they left a lot on the table. There is so much that they could have used. They had Tiana Taylor, and they barely made use of that amazing woman. So for that reason alone, I can't give them more than a joint.
Will say, for me, still a better showing of hers than in One Battle After Another. And the actress I need a shout out. Was it Andy Garcia? No, it was Anna Garcia. Everyone should just look up Anna Garcia, drop out, and see any of their awesome comedy. But every time I see one of those crew, I just freak out. Brad?
I'm going to go middle of the road and say joint. I mean, again, I'll pretty much echo everything you guys are going to be saying. I think there's so much potential with so many great comedians. I mean, all of the guys were all like comedians first, actors and other things second. So to have that much talent and everything and just kind of rewatch the same stuff is just kind of disappointing. They deliver it very well, but I mean, you left so much, and especially with somebody as talented as Marcelo and like all of the excitement that he can bring, because I think he's Dominican? Don't quote me on that though. I think he is.
Just looked it up. Cuban and Dominican descent.
And we're birthday brothers. Look at that. So having star power like him and Cam and everything, especially some of these people that are very fresh, like first season on SNL or second season on SNL, versus somebody like Kevin Hart who's been around the block a little while. People love him, but you got such new talent, such great talent, and you just kind of like gave us mediocre. They performed it really well. They did really well, but just kind of like so much more you could have done. It could have been so much better. This could have been a blockbuster type movie.
It's fair. There was something you said that I was going to respond to, but I completely blanked. So this movie moved me on a very deep and emotional level. Just kidding. It's inedible. No, I didn't cry a bunch of times like last week's movie. But yeah, I did have a good time. Like y'all were saying, it's pretty standard stuff. There's a guy who was in Russian Doll in The Groom, but the photos are so small, I'm having a hard time. Oh, Mason Gooding. I've seen him in a few things. He's also very cool.
He's the son of Cuba Gooding Jr. Yeah, that's what it says. Yeah. I had no idea.
Holy shit. All right. Yeah, was not seeing that coming. We also had Zach Cherry from Severance as the bestie back in the ad agency. Cool. Let's book a flight into spoilers, and which is departing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That was the whole in real time seating process, and we're in the air. Yeah, considering the Hangover expectation, I was surprised at how little blackout there was, but it was quite a unique blackout. Like, Jesus Christ. I also love after they made him do coke, they're like, well, it made him a little too much.
Well, and then you had like a whole cat. I completely spaced this off till just a second. You had the whole Cat Williams thing.
Yes.
That was my favorite
And
part.
it was Cat Williams, which made it 10 times better.
Yeah, which is like wild because I would imagine this was filmed before their public reconciliation kind of thing, where they're okay with each other now because they had beef for a really long time.
Oh, really?
So I'd imagine that this was filmed after that because that happened earlier this year where they had, I forgot what show it was, or no, it was the roast of Kevin Hart when they kind of like water under the bridge type of thing. But they've been beefing or have had bad relationships since like 2018 or something like that. So it's been a long time. I mean, it's been fairly public. So it's wild that it was Cat Williams in that fight scene for multiple levels, not only for the movie, but also comedy, for their beef, everything like that. So
yeah. Wow, I didn't know anything about that. I was excited to see Cat Williams. Huh, okay. Over a decade.
yeah. So I mean, it's funny because that had to have been filmed before the roast of Kevin Hart, I would imagine. Because I'd imagine the roast of Kevin Hart was sometime this year. Let's say it takes them a month to do the editing and stuff like that and put it up on Netflix. I'd imagine this movie was filmed back in early 2025.
And the roast came out in May 2026. Oh, I was going to say, when did they film the roast? But I'm guessing it was a live event. Huh, cool.
So again, more star power of this movie that just like mediocre.
Were there any surprises that came around for you both?
I mean, what do you mean by surprises?
I mean, it seems very like predictable at first, but for me, like they had more going on than I probably would have expected in the first 30 minutes. Did anything surprise you come out of left field?
No,
It was a fairly predictable film.
Yeah, very cookie cutter. I mean, like if you want to say surprises, like dumb things like, you know, doing cocaine and all of a sudden your whole you change accents and you can speak Spanish all of a sudden. Another, I guess, positive surprise would be like how well both Marcelo and Cam did for their like first big movie, because they're used to doing like SNL sketches. So I think they both did really well. I would say that if they choose to go down the acting route, they definitely could.
Yeah.
If they want to go down, as long as they stayed in the comedy sphere. I don't know if they could probably do like serious movies yet, but
I enjoyed seeing Michael Mando in this because he was the drug dealer. Because I think the only or the biggest thing I've seen him in otherwise is Spider-Man Homecoming. And at the time of recording, 2 days, unless you've got an Amazon hookup, which is 1 day earlier, he'll be in Spider-Man Brand New Day in the actual villain suit.
yeah, I mean, overall, he was pretty good. I didn't like the way his story kind of ended with his dad being like the big boss, and then like Kevin Hart was wearing his would be his grandpa's clothes.
Yeah.
And like they didn't take it, they took it seriously, but not seriously enough to like try and find these people. Or like, all right, well, we know this guy who's renting our mansion just stole clothes out of our closet that says do not open this closet or whatever.
Yeah.
And like you didn't like go take care of that. You kind of let that roll, and then all of a sudden like it's the same person all the way through, just kind of lazy, dumb. But I think overall, I like him as a villain, because I think he could be one of those villains in the future that are like, that could do a redemption, but then mess it up at the end and just go even worse. So I could see him, a character like that. So overall, I like him as an actor. He's really good.
How did y'all feel about the more non-standard ending? Because I guess I'm of two minds. Either it could be if a drug dealer found out that 4 or 5 people just were not an actual threat and accidentally stole their cocaine, I think it would be an easier thing just to be like, okay, do you want to die? No, you already brought the cocaine. There's no cops. Just get the fuck out of my face. Or did it feel insincere, whether realistically or because we've never really seen that?
Insincere, really? I mean, first on so many different levels outside of like, now they know who you are. They just had several millions of dollars, whatever it was, in your coke. It just felt like crazy insecure. They're insincere. I think the most sincere part of this entire movie was probably Kevin Hart at the end of the movie going back to his skipping the promotion or whatever it was. Yeah, to go back to his girlfriend.
With an argument for sabotaging his job's financial gain to reap his own financial gain. We could see his corporate espionage, actually. Because he did tell his friend, just like show it to him when he leaves.
Yeah. And then hires Marcelo to run his business for him.
Yeah, that was the one thing where as soon as I saw the edit, like, oh man, look how he edited this. I was like, oh shit, he's gonna help with the presentation, isn't it? And
Yeah, I clocked that too.
I will also say he actually sold me as someone who would accept a blind invitation to stay at a mansion, especially with the text messages of like, or in the video, he's like, we got our budget of what we could afford because we're broke. So as ridiculous as, please, the 20-year-olds, please hang out with me and let me see what the 20s are like. He sold that this could actually be possible.
And then you have him as a pimp later on in the movie when they're all at the laundromat and running to Mike Epps.
I thought those cops were fake. Like, because he said we have to get arrested. So I thought and they were so casual almost that I thought it was just like hired fake cops to arrest them for the bachelor party. But no, they really evaded police capture. I also, okay, this is the part where I'm like, this is just so stupid. It's a flaw, but it's so stupid. I'm kind of chuckling at it. The fact that it takes the drug dealer so long to go to the mansion. Because
it takes them literally forever. Like, it's unrealistic. Considering they already have an issue at this mansion that they know about. Like, regardless if the drugs are stolen or not, they already knew before the drugs were stolen that they had an issue at this mansion for stealing their grandpa's clothes. Like, why not just go? This whole movie would have ended. So dumb. There was another part too that I was trying to think of that I was like, oh, okay, that's not so bad. Having the bridal party being kidnappers or whatever, or like drugging them and then putting them onto an island, I thought was not different in the sense, but like I wasn't truly expecting that. I was expecting them more to like, I don't know, just have a good time and then something happens with like the fiance or whatever, or what's the tall kid's name? Ben Marshall. So I wasn't expecting them to get robbed and then dropped off on a remote island and then had to swim their way back.
Yeah, I was fully buying it, especially with how Anna Garcia was selling her flirting with Kevin Hart and Marcelo, even in the bloopers. And then when they started getting drugged, I had like a whole roller coaster of like, I didn't think they were going to rob them. I was like, holy shit, this is really dark. What the fuck is going on? Oh, they're hustlers. They're hustlers. The J-Lo movie. Okay. All right. Whew. But then the manpower time it took to put them on the island.
As soon as they brought out the book though of their like memories and high school stuff, like I knew that was going to get stolen, or I assumed the drug dealers were going to take it. Honestly, I didn't know it would be the girls, obviously, but I knew that thing was going to be gone, and I knew they were going to have to try and figure out a way to get that back. Because as soon as they brought it in, it was like basically like Chekhov's gun at that point. Like, you kind of have to do something with this.
I did really like how emotional he got when Kevin started looking at it, though. Just that little moment of like, we can take the book back. We can take the book back. Because even if he does have the emotional intelligence of a 6-year-old, it was sweet how much he actually cared deep down.
So do you guys want to be online or not be online, or be online to not be online?
Yes, because later in the game, I think they said something about Instagram. I was like, okay, all right, fair enough. But yeah. So when they were trying to tap into the younger market, was any part like cringy to you or unintentional? Because early on, they were trying to make Kevin Hart seem out of touch. Do you know what I mean? When movies try to be young or cater to younger people and do it poorly.
I mean, I feel like it was as cringy as they meant it to be. Because I mean, it was definitely cringy, but it felt like all the cringe level that it had was intentional.
I think it's as cringy as they want it to be now. I think if we watch this movie in 2, 3, 4 years, I think it'll feel more cringy then. But that's because the things that they're talking about in the movie and the terms that they're using, stuff like that, will kind of be faded. Kind of like how, was it last summer or whatever, 6'7" was everything. Now it's just like, if you say it, everybody just kind of cringes at you a little bit. So I think it'll be very similar to that in a couple of years. So I don't think this movie will live on very far. It'll just be a trivia fact in somebody's history.
I love that you said 6'7" because literally 2 days ago, my fiance sent me a video and they edited in them saying 6'7" right at the end just to troll me. Thought I was watching a screen recording. I'm really interested in what y'all are going to say. Is 72 Hours better than Little Brother? Because I think
I like 72 Hours better than Little Brother.
Okay, Bradley Cooper, you're in the middle.
Yeah, I'm in the middle because I think today and probably the rest of 2026, I think 72 Hours will be the better movie. But I think in the course of like the next couple of years, I think Little Brother will be better. There'll be more of a chance of it not being like super cringy to watch. But I'll go with 72 Hours as the better film right now.
All right. And now the real question, the real brain burner. Is this better than Project Hail Godzilla minus Mary?
No. Close. Real close. He was getting there.
Well, it may be an edible or maybe a joint or maybe a joint, but no matter what, it's 72 hours of dope. Literally sometimes, because
Movies
are
dope.
Dope.
Bye-bye now.
I'm living in a movie, there's a scene you gotta jump. I got my people at the viewing who all knew me selling tickets. Yeah, they talking about the beauty. I see Scorsese outside saying this isn't cinema. Free man, I ain't doing shit tomorrow, I don't need plans. I'll be kicking it till April off for $3 grand. I don't even need the money, I just need fans. I just need fans.